Hello, boys and girls. This is Clay of Major Disappointment Models, coming to you with not quite a tribute, but part of a tribute. I'm not going to be showing any model that I'm doing for the Chris Cortell tribute build. I've been in talks with Mike, and poor Mike got sick and he's got stress and everything, and him and Renee are trying to handle the passing of Chris. So I told him there's no rush. I'm trying to get the Cyclops that I sent to Chris and that he had started before his passing, and we all saw what he was doing with it. And my goal is to get it from Mike and try to finish the bill for Chris. Well, over the weekend, on Saturday, there was a show in Renton, Washington, put on by the Seattle IPMS Club, and we haven't had one probably in about 3 or 4 years because of COVID. I think the last one we went to was 2019, and it's probably the biggest show in the Northwest. There's so many people come to it, and they come from all over the place: Idaho, Montana, Oregon, British Columbia, up in Canada. You know, we have people coming from as far south as California. You know, so it's a big show. A lot of people come, a lot of vendors come, and a lot of vendors have a lot of stuff to sell. So one of those vendors is a buddy of mine, John Geigel, who I mentioned in a last video. He brought a trailer and his big Dodge pickup full of models. And you'll see the video. I shot a quick 2-minute video. We were so busy. And I got some pictures that he took of the before. And as you see my video, the stacks are already going down, but we had them on tables. I mean, he had 10. There were either 8 or 10 foot long tables, the folding tables, and we had them stacked up to the top of my eyes, somewhere on there, maybe even top of my head, up to about 6 foot tall. And we had boxes under the tables opened, full of models that we were going to replenish our stocks with. And he was selling them for ridiculous prices. In the armor section, he had Ming, Tacom, Riffield. Predominantly, they were Dragon and Cyber Hobby, but he had all kinds of tanks and armored vehicles and stuff like that. And they were only selling $30 a piece. And then he had those Dragon figures. I don't know how many hundreds he had of those, and they were $5 a piece. And I was working basically the aircraft, cars, and sci-fi because I know that pretty well. So depending on the size, if you're buying a Tamiya, one of the let's see, what is Tamiya? 1/72nd scale. The smaller kits, we're selling them like $15. You buy 2, $10 each. Then you come up to the 1/48 scale stuff. Anything 1/48, we were selling for $20 a pop, $15 each. The more you buy, the lower we go. Then on the car side, he had a lot of the Tamiya, the rally cars, the Indy cars. Then he had a bunch of a box or two of Revels and AMTs and whatnot. Those kits were selling for like $10, $15. He had 2 boxes of resin bodies, and a lot of the bodies were they were just thrown in a box, so there was no container for them, so you don't know. But some of them look like Jimmy Flintstone bodies, and we all know how expensive those resin bodies are. And he was selling them $5 each. $5 each. I mean, people were coming up buying 10 of them. It was unbelievable. Then he had some good sci-fi stuff. He had one of the Polar Lights flying subs, the 1/32nd scale. He had I can't remember who put it out. If it was Dragon or who, but it was the vinyl kit that had Groot and Rocket in it. and it's a super expensive kit. If you look online and eBay, people want crazy prices for it. And towards late afternoon, this young lady, she's about 16, 17, with her dad. She really wanted the kit. They walked away. About an hour later, they came back. And after about 10, 15 minutes talking to the dad, talking to the girl she really wanted, I think he had it marked at $60, and we sold it to them for $40. It's just unbelievable. What other kind of crazy deals we had? Was it the Reliant? I think it's the Reliant, or one of the Enterprise, the AMT kits, Star Trek, and it's the LED version that lights up. The guy bought it for $10. $10, You try finding one on eBay for $10. Good luck with that. So it was crazy. It was fun. And then, he's harassing me the whole time because he knows I got PTSD. And he goes, so how come it doesn't freak you out at these shows? And I said, you know what? We're behind these tables, right? So I have a buffer between me and people. And when I talk to somebody, it's only one-on-one. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is when I have to go out in the crowd and check my numbers and stuff like that. So I told him, I said, you see, they draw raffle numbers on the hour and half an hour. I wait like 10, 15 minutes for the crowd to be gone. Then I'll go check my numbers when there's only 2 or 3 guys there. It's getting bad with the crowds. I just can't handle it anymore. So, speaking of the raffle, I did pretty well. So I bought, you get 15 tickets for $10. So I bought $20 worth. And I won. So, and this is a Hasegawa Phantom. It's a 1/48 scale. It's still got plastic on it. You can see the glue, the shine off of it. It's still got the plastic, never been opened. Got that. Then they pull my number again. I got this one. I like the Hasegawa Phantoms. One of these days I'll get them built. But I've never seen this one, the British, with British marking and stuff like that. So I thought, well, I'll try that. And these kits, the club members donate them. But look at that. It's still in the plastic. It's brand new. And sometimes you're lucky you open up the kit and there's PE and resin in there. So then they pick my number again. No more Phantoms. I don't want any more cars or armor. But I found this one. And it's a 1/72nd scale, but Chinook's a pretty big damn at bird. So here's the fuselage right here. See? So it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 inches long, just fuselage. So, and this bird reminded me of my military career. Now, I already had the CH-47 Chinook, the A model that I started to build. But when I was stationed here at Fort Lewis in 1985, Army was just getting these D model versions. And it had an upgraded engine and stuff like that. It was more powerful. It's so powerful they had to upgrade the gearboxes stuff because this has a synchronized rotor system. They kind of interlap like this right over here. And they had issues with the synchronization gears on them, and some of them just whacked themselves to death, with the blades colliding. But they finally got that correct. And they drew my number again. And I got this one. I kind of have a affinity for Japanese flying boats. So, and this is a 1/72nd scale. And it's like a 20-inch long box. It's a huge. But so I don't know how big the bird will be. See? So from the distance, I couldn't tell what it was. I saw it was a Japanese flying boat. I thought it was like a baddie or something. What's the other one? The not Betty, Emily. I thought it was like one of the Emilys or something like that, and it wasn't. So, but hey. And then I won one more time, and I got this kit, but I got one that was partially built. So this is a brand new one. See? Okay. So, and I also won one of they call it the top shelf prize, and it was a Hasegawa 148 scale A7. What is that? Crusader, I think it is. And it was still in plastic, and I don't know how much that kit goes for, but I'm not a Crusader guy. You know, I like Phantoms. That's pretty much the only jet I really like. So I gave it to the guy I was working with, and he liked it, so I gave it to him. You know, what can I do? So for all the hard work, I was there. You know, but I think we put in about 10 hours. From 7 to the show closed at 4, and then we had to pack up. So he paid me in kits. So, and this one's, you see, still in plastic. And this one, you know, it's one of those. Hey, you pick what you want. So I'd stacked them on my feet earlier so nobody could buy them. I got a bunch of Hasegawas and I like them. And then I like these fine mold kits, so I got that. And again, these are unbuilt, you know, so. And I got this one. So towards the end of the day, right about 3:30, you know, the show's closes at 4. We go through a fire sale, and he's selling kits for half price. So all that armor, the Ming, Tacom, Rifle, whatever was out there, instead of $30, was now $15 each. All the Hasegawa kits and all these 148 scaled, you know, that were out there, instead of $20, they were $10. And by then our, you know, stacks were just going down. So I bought this kit, $10. Then I bought this kit, $10. Then I bought this kit, $10. Then I bought this kit, $10. So while we were unpacking for the show, I saw this kit. It's an old Panda Models, and it's UH-1D. I don't know what it says, WASP. Oh, the WASP was the unit. So you see the white WASP on the nose. And I told my friend I wanted to buy it from him. He said, "Oh, just take it." These are pretty pricey now because they're really hard to find, the Panda Models. Dragon got their molds, and then Dragon reboxed their kits, and those are really pricey. You know, it's the same kit, but what Dragon did was they were kind of smart. They added some PE for, you know, the dash and stuff like that, and then they added a couple of pilots and door gunners for it. So, and then they just reboxed it. But these are really hard to find. He knows I have an affinity for these because I used to fly one. So, and then as we're packing up, this kit was sitting on the table. It was marked $50. He got it from somebody, and you know, we would have sold it for $20. You know, somebody pick it up, but everybody looks at it. You know, it's an older B-17. You know, I mean, this kit I remember building in like 1969 when I was like, I don't know what, 12 or something, 10 or 12. And it's brand new. Hasn't been molested. So I asked him how much he wanted for it. And he goes, "Take it." So this is how old I am. So that's the number, kit number, H201. The $2 is the manufacturer's suggested retail price. So, you know, at some stores you could buy it for $1.50, you know, and I think that's what I paid for this kit. This is one of the first ones I built as a kid. So it's good nostalgia to have this. So that's all I'm gonna show you on that, and then the rest of the video will be a short video of the show, and you see all the stacks. And there's some pictures, and my friend took, and you'll see me wearing the Classic Plastic 101 t-shirt in there. And I already relayed to Mike that it was amazing how many modelers came up to me and said, yeah, I heard he passed away, he was a great guy, pass our condolences, you know, which I did. I passed them on to Mike and told him to pass those condolences to Renee. So Chris was well known, even way out here in the Pacific Northwest. He was well known, and a lot of people watched him, and he's going to be missed. So that's all I got. Enjoy the rest of the video. Hey Dave, smile.
It's soaked.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to sign, but don't touch. Don't.
I know, don't touch it.
Yeah, because everybody.
So I'm working my friend's booth, John Geigel, and believe it or not, we used to have walls of this, and now it's coming down. Selling all these armor kits, Dragon, Tacom, Ming, whatever brand you want. There's some Rifle in here, and they're only $30 a piece. You buy multiples, he comes down even lower. So he doesn't want to take them back to his store. These kits, I think they're selling for $5 as figure kits with Dragon. I've been hanging around in the airplane category. So it's selling these Hasegawas at $20 a piece. If you buy two, it's $15 a piece, and they're all gone.